Hi guys, I'm so excited to be on here. It's your girl Nature All by K, and guess what? Today I'm going to have a discuss on a very interesting topic. Your hair communicates with you and how to respond when your hair communicates. Every part of your hair communicates with you. So we're going to begin from there. We're going to talk about how the scalp communicates with you, how the ends of your hair communicates with you, and how like the body of your hair communicates with you. And I think the last video I posted on here, your hair is a plant. You should go watch that video. It's really educative. It talks about all you need to know about your hair and how to maintain your hair. So first of all, sit there, do well to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you enjoyed this video at the end of the video. So first things first, we're going to talk about how your hair talks. Your hair is a living, as far as it's not shed, it is still on your head. It's living, and your hair has a voice. For example, when your hair is shedding, it's saying something. For example, when your hair is thin, it's saying something. When your hair is growing really full, it's saying something. Just the way your skin speaks to you. When your skin is inflamed, it's saying something. And many times you put the blame products we're using, which can actually be a factor of, why your hair would, break, or why your hair would thin out. Sometimes you put the blame on not using good products or not even using products at all. But sometimes it might just be something else. So we're going to address the different levels of communication with your hair. So first of all, we're going to talk about the scalp. The scalp is the foundation for growth. When your scalp is healthy, when your scalp is clean, when your scalp is free of congestion, it is easy for your hair follicles to open up and do their work and for your hair to bloom. So sometimes the foods we eat, we're going to start from the nutritional part of it. The foods we eat can either help to clog our scalp or make our scalps healthy. For example, when you take foods that are really acidic in nature, it just messes up with the process in your hair, and this is what we do not know. So the hair pH is between 4.5 to 5, and your hair is not supposed to be too acidic and not supposed to go too much on the base side, right? So when you take foods that are too acidic, they have an impact on your hair. And I told you that the issue starts first with the scalp, which is the foundation for hair growth. Secondly, another thing is when you take too much saturated fats, and you find saturated fats when you fry your chicken, in your French fries, in all that. Like in Nigeria, where I'm from, we love suya, we love tozo. Tozo is like the fatty part of cow meat. So you see how that they fry theirs with a lot of oil and all of that. That congests your scalp. It's not good business for your scalp, and it can eventually cause some type of alopecia, right? So this is what people do not really know, and immediately you start to notice that your hair strands are falling from the root. Now, how would you know? When you losing your hair strands, you check, it's not going to be broken, it's just going to be like a full strand, and then the end would look like, or the end, not the end from this side, like the end from the roots would look kind of white. Forgive my explanation, I'm just going to do it like the best way I can. So it's going to look kind of white, and then if you notice that those long strands keep falling off, and then you begin to notice that your hair, that a part of your hair or different parts of your hair are beginning to thin out, and then you begin to see patches, just know that a nutritional deficiency, and then you have to go back to your books and check what you're eating. Are you taking a lot of junk food? Are you taking a lot of saturated fats? Are you taking a lot of alcohol or acidic foods? Nah, it's not great for your hair. Number two, we're going to talk about, so that's the nutritional defect side that causes your hair to communicate by excessive shedding, which can now lead to patches and then can now lead to alopecia. You do not want that. It's not easy to treat and it's not a good sight to see. So ensure that you're eating right. And then for foods that you're to eat, your hair loves fruits, like citrus fruits, oranges, cashew nuts, foods that have omega-3 fatty acids. You can even take supplements, just take a lot of almond milk and all these avocados. These fruits are really good. They create a good environment for your hair to grow. They create good scalp for you. So that's the nutritional part of the whole thing that might cause your hair to communicate in a negative way. So as much as we take care of our bodies, we should also learn how to listen to the voice of our hairs. Our hairs speak to us. So another reason why your hair might communicate to you in a negative way is probably the products you're using. So many times we get to see products online that are really hyped, and there's a lot of marketing around it, and then we just buy them without doing our research. Do you understand? You can actually try out the product. You can patch test the product on your hair, and how you do that is not based on a particular segment of your hair, but using it for a particular period of time. So I'll say use it for 6 weeks. 6 weeks is a good patch time to do a patch test for a product, if it suits your hair or it doesn't suit your hair. So there are ingredients that are used in these products that are not really great for your hair. Some may cause excessive drying of your hair. Some may cause your hair to be brittle and to break off. Some may cause your hair to be overly shiny and then weakens it because of the chemicals that they probably use in the products. Now, how your scalp communicates, some may even clog your scalp. Remember that we are focusing on the scalp right now. So if you notice that your products are probably causing your scalp to be clogged, how do you know your scalp is clogged? Realize that your scalp becomes inflamed. You have a lot of dandruff. You're itching. Every time you itch, there's white dusts, coming off of your hair. And when you notice these symptoms, know that, okay, this can be as a result of my product. So remember to always do a patch test to your product to ensure, and your hair would always communicate back. If it's not great for you, your scalp will speak back to you and tell you that, see, guy, you need to stop what you're using at the moment. So these are just signs. You can go on to do your research to know more about what I'm saying. So this is for products, how products influence your scalp, and then the voice of your scalp to you. So it communicates by a lot of dryness, a lot of inflammation, a lot of dandruff, and all of that. So you know that this is a product cause. Another thing that can influence our scalp is our manipulation, right? So, for example, people that go on to do tight hairstyles, maybe in Nigeria, there's what we call Ghana weaving, and there they get to pick your front hair, and then when you're done making your hair, your eyes are like this, and then your head is like this, because it's too tight. Guys, trust me, your hair will be very fine, but it stresses your scalp, it stresses your hair follicles, and then it forcefully pulls out your hair strands. And when you and there's a lot of people who are no longer confident about their hair because they've not taken time to understand what their hair is saying. So they end up going to do these Ghana weavings or these tight braids, like back to back to back, and then you end up having a lot of defects on your hair because of your over manipulation. So that is how your scalp speaks back to you, because you begin to realize that in some parts of your head, you do not just have enough strands of hair, and over manipulation and repeating the same pattern of hairstyle can eventually lead to some type of alopecia, which you do not want because it's not easy to treat. So that's that on the scalp of our hair. So I'm just going to recap. Number one, nutrition can affect the scalp of your hair, and your scalp will respond by being congested, or not being able to bring out like as much hair strands as it's supposed to be from your follicles. Number two, your products can affect the environment of your hair growth, and then your hair scalp will begin to be dry and will bring out a lot of whatever you want to call that, dandruff or whatever. Number three, the impact of tight hairstyles on your hair. It can also lead to permanent loss of hair in some areas of your hair that are extremely stressed. So we're going to talk about like the body of our hair, right? So that is like easier to maintain, because first of all, I'm going to like put this out here. Your hair grows on its own, right? Your hair grows. Your scalp is living. It's not dead. As far as you're not dead, your hair grows. But the problem is the process of the growth. After your hair comes out from your hair follicle, the problem usually is having to keep the new growth. Do you understand? So the issue that most ladies or men who love long hair, the issues that they have mostly is trying to maintain that new growth. So for the body of your hair, really you don't need to do much. You just need to take care of it. It gets like me. We have like a hairline where we make like natural or organic hair products from herbs and all of that. I believe so much in herbs because our ancestors used herbs and their hair like really bloomed. I remember seeing my grandmom's hair for the first time, because my grandmom I didn't see her most of my life, but when I got to secondary school, she came back from the States and she came to visit me, and the first thing that struck me was her hair, and then my mom's sister that came with her. Their hair was healthy, and it is still healthy because they would always incorporate herbs and all those things. They would not stress their hair. You when you ask her, you hardly see them doing serious things to their hair. They would always put their hair in really easy protective styles that they could easily loosen to moisturize and all of that. So that's that on the body of your hair. So it needs a lot of moisture. Your hair loves water. Go back and watch my video on your hair is a plant. You're going to learn a lot. Your hair loves moisture, and the trick about it is that when you moisturize your hair and you go out, the environment would want to steal that moisture. So what you should be concerned about is how to lock in the moisture. And there are ingredients, even chemical ingredients and natural ingredients, that can help you lock in that moisture. And those are what you're to incorporate for the body of your hair. You do not need, I didn't add this right, for the scalp of your hair, you do not need any heavy products. Even your scalp just needs to be it needs to have a bit of moisture, and it needs to be moisturized, maybe with oil, right? For the scalp of your hair, you would need an oil, and maybe you need an oil and a little spray that you've mixed with aloe vera and water. Do you understand? Because your scalp has its own little pores, right? So whatever thing you are to spray into your scalp, or you're to put into your scalp, should not be heavy. The molecular size of whatever ingredient you're putting on your scalp should be at least smaller than the size of the pores on your hair, so that they can easily penetrate. So when you use something that has like a really large molecular size and then you put that on your scalp, it's going to get clogged, and then you're going to start having issues with dryness or stunted growth and all of that, and all that stuff that will start falling off from your hair. So back to the hair, this stage really just needs something to moisturize it and something to lock in the moisture, so that you don't have to like keep going back to the same thing every day. It can be tiring. Yes, it can be tiring. So guys, that is just what you need to know about this body of your hair. And how this part of your hair communicates with you is by breaking or by shedding, right? So the drier your hair strands, the more brittle they are and the more they break. The more moisturized your hair strands are, the more elastic they are, and then the stronger they get, so they don't really break as much as when your hair is really dry. Your hair sheds like every day, 50 strands, even lesser. So your goal is to ensure that your hair is not shedding more than it's supposed to be. So that's where your hair will now start communicating with you that you're not doing what you're supposed to, you're not taking care of me, and then it starts shedding. So you should try as much as you can to keep this part of your hair moisturized. Hair is older than the hair strands, like this other part of the hair strands is older than the new growth coming out from your scalp, right? So that is what you're supposed to be concerned about. And put this also in protective styles and styles that that can hide it. For example, after this video, I'm going back to put my hair in a protective style. It's already in a protective style, but in a more protective style. So I'm just going to lock my ends and all of that, so you'd hardly see my hair. And when I sleep with a bonnet, with a satin bonnet, of course. So also your nutrition can affect how your hair sheds. It's just the same thing when you take foods that are high in acid, when you take saturated food that have a lot of oil, saturated fats, fried foods, a lot of fried foods, fried chips, French fries, fried chicken, and all those things that we get to eat because we feel like your junk food, they affect your hair. Also, there are products that have very harmful ingredients that are not great for your hair. And even there are some natural ingredients that are out there that are also might not fit your hair type. So it's another thing to know your hair type. For people that have low porosity hair, that is, your hair is not able to absorb moisture as much, you should know what you should do. So you should invest in products that are moisturizing in nature, and products that will also help you lock in that moisture. And we don't need like heavy things. Invest in products that are really moisturizing. That means products that have water and maybe butter and oil and all of that, but something that will moisturize your hair. If your hair is high porosity, that means your hair absorbs a lot of moisture. Your goal is to bring your hair to a balance, so you're not doing so much. You're not keeping your hair, you're not like over pouring water on your hair. Just do everything. You don't get to manipulate your hair like every time. You just do what you need to do. The idea of hair growth is to always achieve a balance. You're not supposed to go extreme to the right or to the left. Achieve a balance. And whatever product you're using, ensure that the pH of that product is also around the same pH of your hair strand, which is 4.5 to 5, right? So that's for the body of your hair. Moisturize it, keep it in a protective style. And then the third and the last part of the hair we're going to talk about and how it communicates with you is your ends, the hair ends. Now this is the oldest part of your hair, and so it's the most delicate, and so you should treat it with much care, because even if you have new growth here, like from the new growth from your scalp to probably like 2 inches of new growth, if you're not able to maintain this, it will grow out and then this will fall off, and then your hair looks like it's stagnant, it's not growing, whereas it's growing but you are not keeping your ends well. So your ends will communicate with you by breakage. Now breakage isn't long strands, shedding is the long strands. Breakage are like small, like you just realize that, like someone like me who's got like this length of hair, I'll begin to see like half, like pieces of hair strands, like just half. So you do not need that. Your nutrition also affects this now, and also like when you do not protect, if you don't keep this in a protective style, like hide it, keep it moisturized. Here this morning I used shea butter, just shea butter on my ends. When I'm done, I'm going to tuck it in or keep my hair in like a satin scarf or a bonnet. So that's what we need to know about this. This side cries out to you when it breaks, right? Or when you start seeing split ends. Another thing we can do is to get trims, maybe like twice a year. You can get a trim, like and a trim is not like 3 inches, it can be half an inch. Just cut off any part of your hair that looks like it's dying. So yeah, that's what it is. So as women or men, you're welcome to watch this video. It's high time we took care of our hair. It's high time we listen to our hair. That's the only way that you would know what your hair needs and what your hair doesn't need. So guys, this is what it is about this video. Do well to like, share, subscribe this video. Remember, for anything to work, you must have an understanding of that thing. It's not just to go out there and, you know, spend a lot of money, buy products, even for different types of the hair, low porosity hair, high porosity, normal porosity. They even have their specific products. There are products that are great but are not great for your type of hair. So it's good to know what suits your hair and just understand what your hair is saying per time. Sometimes your hair might just tell you, oh, I don't need you to make me for a while. Just put me in like a bun, or just like do like really big box braids with me. I don't need any attachment. I don't need any extra thing. Just, you can wear wigs on me. Know what your hair is saying per time, and that is when you will be able to understand your hair and then start applying things to help your hair grow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and guys, you should know that we have a hairline for all types of hair, and we're going to be doing like a discount soon, so watch out for this page. In the description box you're going to see a link to our Instagram page and to our TikTok page. Do well to follow. Also, do not forget to subscribe, to like, and to comment. We'll be bringing you more, information on how your hair can thrive. Even if your hair hasn't been growing, guys, it can grow again. Thank you so much. And if you're out here and you've not given your life to Christ, this is also a call for you. We do not have so much time. God has blessed us with a lot of things, but he's coming again to judge, to get his people. And this is just a message for you. God loves you so much, and no matter how far away you are, he's able to bring you back close. So today is another day for you to open up your heart to Jesus, and just need to say these prayers with me. Lord Jesus, I accept you today as my Lord and my personal Savior. I give my heart to you. I give my mind to you. I give everything to you. I repent of my old ways. I want to walk with you afresh. Be my Lord. Lead me on. Lead me through the path of life, that I may spend all of eternity with you. I love you, Jesus. If you said that prayer, I know that God has accepted you, and it's just time for you to, get yourself in a fellowship, in a church, and so that you can have your spiritual growth monitored. Thank you so much again for watching this video. Bye.